What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. It was about Anime King, and today we're going to be doing part 35 of What If Naruto was Madara's grandson. Get this one to over 300 and get in the next part as soon as possible. Comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. Remember to share it to all of your friends on your social media platform, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Play the intro. Remember to turn on that bell notification and click that subscribe button. Comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. So across the players, if this is your first time watching this, and start from part 1. The last time we left off, Naruto broke out of the cell that the Leaf Village Hokage put him in to question him. After sensing that Hinata chakra was depleting, he then knocked Konan out and went over to go find Hinata. Naruto reached as he saw Hinata was covered in rocks. He then went over as he flung the rocks off of her. He brushed her off and put his hands on her neck to check her pulse, realized that she's still alive. She's just badly wounded. He then closed his eyes as he said, "Found you." He then lifted Hinata up in his arms as he then said, "Wind of destruction," as he destroyed a wall that was in front of him, and he went into a building as he placed Hinata down. He then came out, and then chains came from his back and sealed up the wall, so Hinata will be safe in there. Naruto then headed off quickly as he can. Meanwhile, with Sakura, Kakashi, and Lee were facing off against the robot Pain, as Sakura quickly jumped up in the air as the robot Pain launched missile at her. He then fired his fist at her that punched her right in the midsection as she was dropping back out of the air, and Kakashi caught her in mid-time. She then hesitantly get back up to her feet as Lee took a fighting stance as Kakashi stepped in front of Sakura. The robot Pain was charging towards them. Then out of nowhere, sky started to get dark. Lee looks up and said, "What is it?" As he was looking at the sky, the atmosphere just changed instantly. Sakura then felt a presence. It's Naruto," she said, as Kakashi turned to look at her. "What? Where is he?" Then a bolt of lightning came from the sky and destroyed the robot Pain, breaking him down into pieces, disintegrating his remains. As Naruto popped out of the sky, and now he was walking towards Sakura. Sakura stood in fear as she thought Naruto was going to make good on his promise and kill her. Kakashi then stood in front of her, and Lee stood in front of her too, as she dropped to her knees and said, "Don't bother, we can't stop him," she said. And the both of them stand in a fighting stance, ready to protect Sakura. Naruto walked straight to them and said, "Get out of my way. I won't let you kill her, Naruto," said Kakashi. "Neither will I," said Lee. "Come with me, Sakura. I need you to do something for me," said Naruto, shocking the three of them. What do you want?" she said. "Just come with me now." "No, she's not going anywhere with you," said Lee, as Kakashi then took a kunai out of his pouch, thinking that Naruto was still going to kill her. "I'm tired of you two," said Naruto, as chains came out of his back and wrapped around the two in seconds. They couldn't move. He lifted them up and flung them back, as then another chain wrapped around Sakura as she was now in the air as Naruto ran off with her. She was wrapped up in total silence. She didn't say a word, knowing that she cannot stop Naruto if worse come to worse. "Where are you taking me, Naruto?" she asked. After a few seconds, "Don't worry about it, just shut up and come on," said Naruto. She continued to glide in the air as she was wrapped up in Naruto's chains. They then finally stopped as Naruto then said release as the chains on the wall went down into the ground. He then stepped in where Sakura saw a wounded Hinata. He then put Sakura on the ground and unbound her chains. Sakura quickly rushed over to Hinata and Naruto then said heal her as she began the healing process. Stay here with her and make sure she's alright, said Naruto. Where are you going, Naruto? Sakura asked. I'm going to finish this, said Naruto as he went back through the wall and put up chains to keep the both of them safe. Now skipping to Jiraiya. Jiraiya has struck down the pain that could suck out your life and he has struck down the female pain. The only pains remaining is Tendo, the absorb pain, and the revival pain. It was being aided by Asuma Sensei and Guy, who are having a hard time to take on Tendo. Every time they get near to him, he used his almighty push and push them back, and if he's out of energy, the two other pains got in their way. The one absorbed all of their powers, and if he got destroyed by Jiraiya, the revival pain would just bring him back and Tendo will stop them from interrupting the ceremony by using his almighty push. Jiraiya was now huffing as Asuma and Guy was now huffing too, and then something dropped out of the air, creating a large crater as the dust flew up in the air. I told you to wait. That someone was precious to me was in this village, said Naruto. Tendo then said, I don't care who's precious to you. You all shall know pain. Now, tell me where is the one tail and the nine-tailed beast. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm going to destroy all of your little puppets. And then I'm coming for you, Nagato, said Naruto, shocking Jiraiya. How does Naruto know about Nagato? And what was he talking to when he said I was coming for you? Because Jiraiya and none of them know that these are all being controlled by the real pain. Because Naruto only told them when he was captured that there are 6 pains. He didn't told them that they were being controlled by one master. Naruto then turned around to Jiraiya, Asuma and Guy. You three, stay out of this, he said. What are you talking about? Said Jiraiya. You will need backup. These guys are strong. I said, stay out of this, said Naruto as he activated his Mangekyou Sharingan. Three of them jumped back, not to get in Naruto's way or not to get damaged by the crossfire, as Naruto then walked up to the 3 pains that stand in front of him as chains came from his back. 10 long chains came from his back that were swirling around. Naruto then rushed them in incredible speed as he used one of the chains to wrap around the absorbed pain as he lifted the absorbed pain in the air. Tendo then rushed to Naruto, ready to use the almighty push. He ready and held out his hands and said, almighty push, but Naruto then said, wind deflection. As Naruto wind was clashing with the almighty push, the two forces were combined and clashed together as they both let out a huge shock wave, blowing everyone back. As the revival pain jumped back because his safety is needed, so if anything bad should happen to any one of them, he could revive them. Naruto was still holding on to the absorbed pain when he started to feel a little weaker, like his chakra was being absorbed. As Naruto looked up, Naruto could tell that the absorbed pain was absorbing his chakra. Naruto then let 4 of his chains, one wrapped around his right leg, one wrapped around his left leg, and one wrapped around his right hand, one wrapped around his left hand, and Naruto pulled them in all the opposite direction, tearing the absorbed pain to part. You two are next, said Naruto. Naruto then bit his thumb as he then flashed through some hand signs and said summoning jutsu. As the boss Raven appeared, is summoning animal. Hello Naruto, said Karasu. Hello Karasu, said Naruto. I need your help. As Naruto whispered something to her, she then flied up in the air and went over to the 2 pains as she started flapping her wings to create a huge gas of dust to blind the pains for a second. Tendo was looking around, ready to deflect anything that Naruto throws at him, ready to use his almighty push, but then he heard the revival pain scream out in pain. Tendo then said, "Almighty push, just a small one, to push away the dust." "That's enough, thank you, Karasu," said Naruto, as the summoning animal turned to puff of smoke as Naruto dispelled her. When Tendo turned around, he only saw Naruto's hand covered in chains through the revival pain chest. As Naruto pulled back his hand, the revival pain dropped to the ground, dead completely, as Naruto had punched right through his back with the chains on his hands like a spear to make it stronger, made the effect more stronger. "You're next," said Naruto. Meanwhile, Hinata just woken up as she was completely healed and revived. "Huh? What happened?" said Hinata as she wake up to see Sakura's face. "Where is Naruto?" was the first thing she asked. "Naruto is helping us. Naruto is defending the village," said Sakura. "He went out to defeat the three pains." "Where is he now?" "He's in mid-battle with the pains," she said. Hinata then looked up to see the chains on the wall. It was like a seal, making them won't be able to leave. "What is this?" she said. "Naruto placed these here to keep us safe, but I already tried punching through them. They are unbreakable," Sakura said as Hinata touched it, and the moment she touched it, the chains started to retreat back into the ground as the wall was opened up again. As she then headed off, the moment she headed out, Kakashi saw her as he then went into the building to see Sakura. "We have to chase after her," said Sakura, as Kakashi, Lee, and Sakura chased after Hinata. Meanwhile, with the battle, Jiraiya is at stun to see how strong Naruto is, and he truly knows that Naruto is now stronger than him, and even without the nine tail, because of those eyes, he's powerful. Asuma is in pure shock, even Gai Sensei not knowing what to say. As a kid, Naruto power far outclassed theirs. Naruto then rushed at Tendo as him and Tendo went into an all-out taijutsu battle. Konan has wake up and she headed off to the real pain to keep him safe if anything has happened. Meanwhile, Naruto is going on a taijutsu battle with Tendo as the both of them are all their own, as Tendo then regained enough of his strength to set almighty push as Naruto was sent flying as he hurtled back into the mountainside. Chains protect him from any major damage as he releases chains just in time. "You think that can stop me?" said Naruto. "Oh, I don't. But this will," said Pain as he started to confuse the chakra in his arms, as he then released a small black ball that started to rise everything to the sky. As the real Pain was struggling and forcing everything up, as Jiraiya, Guy, and Asuma jumped off of the rocks because they realized that they were going up, as Naruto was rushing towards the real Pain. A small almighty push and pushed Naruto back as the rocks continued to consume Naruto and tried to pull them up. Naruto was blowing them off with his wind, but Tendo then rushed up to the rock as he reached right in front of Naruto, completely catching Naruto off guard, as he then said, "Almighty push," and used the almighty push to push Naruto straight up on the meteor that he was created, as Naruto was slammed into it, as then a bunch of other rocks slammed into Naruto as Hinata reached just in time as he ran out in the middle of the battlefield, as Tendo completely consumed Naruto with all of his rocks, sealing Naruto inside of that black ball. There was a huge giant stone in the middle of the air as Tendo then dropped to his knees. "Nagato," said Konan as she saw Nagato coughing up blood as he was completely weak from that last huge immense power. As Sakura finally catch up with Hinata, then Hinata brushed off Sakura's arms as Hinata was crying because Naruto was crushed by all of those rocks, and Sakura tried to comfort her. Hinata then rushed toward Tendo as she tried to fight him, as then Nagato regained his composure and started to fight her in a taijutsu battle, beating her. As he punched her in her midsection, she coughed up blood. She then put the two tiger of chakra around her arms, trying to punch him. He simply kicked her in her side. As he kicked her in her face, sending her flying as she screamed out in pain. "You think this is enough to stop me?" a voice yelled in the stone. "I said, do you think this is enough to stop me?" And then the stone started to be torn apart as a large black sword erupted from it, and then a Susanoo, taller than Madara Susanoo, erupted from the stone, fully powered, with two long katanas in his arms. Other two have black bows that can fire black, deadly arrows. Naruto stood tall in the middle of his Susanoo. "So, this is the power of a god," said Kakashi, as Kakashi was in pure shock to see the Susanoo. Even Jiraiya was in pure shock and even scared of Naruto power. With this power, he can accomplish anything. Guy even dropped to his knees, seeing this kind of power. "You're not worth it," said Naruto, as the Susanoo started to dissolve, as Naruto then dropped out of it and dropped straight to his feet. "You're not worth my full power," as Naruto rushed to Tendo, realizing that he's already beaten. He rushed to Tendo and punched Tendo in the midsection, as Tendo dropped to his knees. He then kicked him in the face, sending him hurtling into the wall. He reached over and grabbed him by the throat and started to pull him on the ground. And then two chains came from Naruto's back as they wrapped up Tendo. Naruto held Tendo up in the air and said, "This is the end for you." Divine Wind, as slicing winds start to cut right through Tendo, tearing him apart. As Naruto released his grip, as Tendo discarded body dropped on the ground. Naruto took an iron out of Tendo and stabbed himself. As he saw the real pain, he then sent a killing instinct toward the real pain. "I am coming for you," he said. Not much in words, just in the killing instinct. Naruto then turned to see Hinata getting back up on her feet as he rushed over and hugged her. "Are you alright?" he said. "Yeah, I'm fine," she said. He then whispered in her ear, "I'm going to finish off the real pain and end this once and for all. I want you to come with me and abandon this village." Her eyes widened when she heard this. "You don't have to decide now. I will be coming back," he said. Sakura then rushed over and tried to heal Hinata. "Hinata, let me heal you," as Kakashi was about to grab her. But he saw that Naruto was in a calm mood and he thought that Naruto wouldn't deliver on his promise. Then chains erupted from the ground and grabbed Sakura by her neck as Naruto turned to her and said, "I told you I was going to kill you, and I have a key." "No, please Naruto, let her go," Hinata begged as Naruto tightened the chain. What? What are you talking about? She was the one who broke your trust." "Yes, Naruto, but I forgive her. She's still my friend. And please, don't do this, Naruto," said Hinata as Naruto looked at Hinata's pleading eyes. He then released his grip as Sakura fell to the ground, and Kakashi and even Jiraiya and the rest of them stood there, knowing that they cannot do anything. If Naruto wished to kill anyone, he could. He then turned his back to Hinata and rushed off. Hinata then went over to see if Sakura was alright. Naruto was quickly approaching pain. He quickly found a tree. He then stood outside and said, "So, you know I'm here, but you're not coming out?" "Divine Wind," he said, as he teared the tree piece from piece, as he could see Pain sitting in his monster contraption he has created. Pain then launched an iron towards Naruto, which Naruto catch in ease. "You think this will be able to kill me?" said Naruto as he threw it to one side. Pain then launched two more iron towards Naruto and used his chain and slapped them away. "It's time for you to die," said Naruto as he was about to reach into Pain, but then he was blown away, huge gust of wind, by Konan using her paper as wings. He then stopped on the top of a tree. Do you really think this? You can kill me, said Naruto. I don't know, but I will try, said Konan. She and Naruto went into a taijutsu battle. As she started to fly away to lead Naruto away from Nagato, as Naruto followed her by jumping on the trees. Where do you think you're going, said Naruto. Do you really think you can distract me for so long? Red fire, extinguish flames, he said, as he blasts red fire from his mouth in small portions as she was sighting them and flying around. Try to sight all of his attacks, knowing that his red fire was totally destructive and can burn anything to a crisp. Don't have time for this, said Naruto as he turned around to went back after Nagato. Damn it, he's going back, she said as she started to follow Naruto as she stopped in his path. Get out of my way, said Naruto, or you will die too. Well, I guess I'll die trying, she said. As she rushed towards Naruto, Naruto prepared to thump her, but then she turned into pure paper. And paper started to surround Naruto like a box, and her real body formed on top. As Naruto looked around to see the papers were all covered in paper bomb. I will end your life right here, she said, as she then put her hand in an explosive mode. She then said, ignite. As the explosion was deadly, people in the leaf could feel it from here. She then dropped on top of a tree. She was totally exhausted after using that attack. So, do you think you'll kill me? Said Naruto as he appeared right behind her as he wrapped her up on the tree that she was on with chains. How did you survive? Well, simple. I used my Susanoo, and your stupid paper bombs cannot break my Susanoo. So, it's time for you to die, said Naruto. You were one of them who came to the village, and you nearly hurt Hinata. So you will suffer. So then held up his hand in the air as the atmosphere started to change again, as he then said, lightning dragon, extinguish, said Naruto as a lightning dragon rushed down from the sky as it collided with her in the same position she was in, as the explosion tear every 3 down right there. When all the mist and everything cleared away, it was just pure ashes as Naruto went over. See Nagato. Is she? Was the only thing Nagato said. Yes, she's dead. And you have now lived out your usefulness. So, time for you to die, said Naruto. But guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification so they post it. But more for now, guys. Peace.